Okay, this is about COPPA and who might be behind this. Now, honestly, what's really behind what's going on with the COPPA and YouTube issue is that YouTube is run by some incompetent idiots. I mean, YouTube could have fought the YouTube could have fought the FTC on this and won on one main reason. You can't have a regular YouTube account unless you're 13 or over. Not to mention that there's several groups going towards YouTube for so-called advertising to kids over some stupid stuff, because I think YouTube could have came out not maybe not smelling like a rose, but going, no, I don't think so. It would have been a long, hard fight, but I think they could have, if not beaten them, they could really limited what the FTC could do with an agreement that would have been a lot better, and it would have been one of those things where it would have really limited the FTC can do and made it to where YouTube was like, hey, here's our idea, and we look a lot better. First off, don't just because you think there's some conspiracy evil thing involved doesn't mean this whole thing says, in my opinion, YouTube's management is damn well incompetent. And I'll say this again, they are incompetent. If they worked for me, they would have been fired. I would no, we're not taking this agreement. We're not screwing over our bread and butter. Sorry, YouTube, their bread and butter. Listen to this, are the content providers, the people who make content. Okay, that's their bread and butter. The way companies are acting before. You've always seen occasionally in my life a few companies that act kind of stupid, but I've never seen anything this bad in my life. Companies doing stuff. It used to be, it's just, oh my God. Just, these startups are being run by some of the dumbest people. And I damn well know, there's one guy in there going, guys, this is stupid. And, there's probably one or two people going, oh my God, you people are idiots. They're so good at what? Screwing up? Trust me, there's probably a couple people way up there who are pissed off about this, but they can't they just can't get agreement with anybody to say, yeah, these are idiots. So trust me, I'm pretty sure there's someone in the higher end of like Alphabet and Google just shaking their head going, you morons. There's probably at least one guy somewhere, I'm assuming, at least, or one major stockholder going, just screaming at them like how stupid they are. In my opinion, I'm pretty sure there's someone there doing that. But it doesn't mean there aren't people behind the scenes pushing this on the FTC. First off, there's a group, I don't remember the name of the group, I'm not going to bother them. But their whole thing is, these guys have been fighting against advertising for kids since I think the 80s or 90s. And their idea is, it's a Saturday morning cartoon show when we had them, or you're advertising to kids. Well, that's who's watching it. They're not going to buy mattresses, but you're advertising toys to kids. Well, because kids like toys, they can buy them or they have their parents buy them. But you can't do that. Stuff like that. And so these people have been pushing this stuff. Instead of telling these people, go away, we hear you, you're morons, which they are. No, because they're just anti-everything. Okay? And then you have with other groups like, hey, Disney just started their streaming service. A lot of their stuff is aimed at kids. Now, Disney itself has some really competent people work, very competent business-wise, but a couple things are incompetent. You can't show characters smoking because it'll make kids. I'm 48 years old. I never saw an ad or anything make me want to smoke. Seriously. I've never been convinced by anything watching TV that I want to smoke. People smoke, that's because they see their relatives smoke or something. So trust me, it's whatever. No. Okay. And I just think that's just stupid. Just put me in parts of some of the decision making of these companies, and I would be the most politically incorrect person and probably get fired within a month because I wouldn't bend the knee. Do we start making money? Maybe they wouldn't fire me. I don't know. Just saying. But also you have like all these streaming services, like these page services that you pay to stream. And they're like, But they're giving their money to these guys doing live streams on YouTube, and they're not giving it to us. We need to stop this so they can go to the FTC, and the FTC will. And so, trust me, I wouldn't be surprised me if Disney, Netflix, Hulu, and some of the people doing streaming services might be behind giving the FTC a push because, see, if you're not giving money to them, then that's a crime. Because if you want your entertainment, you got to give your money to them. No. It's my money. I can give it to whoever the hell I want to. Like, I would rather give my money to a YouTuber than give it to Disney or to give it to Hulu. Well, I have Hulu only because I can watch South Park, which I think is optional because I don't have. Though I think Hulu had a thing. It's like $40-something a month where you can do live streaming of like it's almost like having cable through the internet. So because of that, like who is it that does it? Spectrum. I have Spectrum. Really good internet. I'm really happy with Spectrum's, but I don't like their streaming service. I think Hulu's is probably better. Sorry, you don't have Cartoon Network on you. I mean, you can. It's really. I mean, it's not. What I do like about what Spectrum does is you get all these basic channels, and you have 10 channels to choose from that you want a la carte. Like, hey, what channels do you want? I want. Okay, you get these 10 channels, which I think Spectrum is on the right idea with this idea because they're going to figure out what people like, and they're going to find out not as many people like sports as you think. And a lot of people like sports too, so I'm not a big sports fan. But this these companies have this idea that we should be the one everybody going to, not everybody else. Well, if this turns out, if let's say some emails and it turns out that these guys are colluding or pushing the FTC to go after YouTubers, that's not going to look good on them. Well, of course, the news media won't cover it, but YouTubers will. And when that news comes out, then what are they going to do? See, guess who are the biggest competitors to like Fox News, CNN, MSNBC? YouTube. A lot of people get their news from YouTube. A lot of people get their news from Facebook. A lot of people get their news. They don't get their news from the mainstream media. I haven't watched the news. The only time I ever watch the news if I happen to be in a Taco Bell or a McDonald's or something and they're showing the news and I'll sit down and watch it while eating. That's about it. Cable's dying. And if you don't think that some of these companies like Viacom or ABC Disney or some of these streaming services, maybe Amazon with their stream. Funny part is Amazon doesn't make money off the streaming service. They don't make that much. They make most of their money off of providing IT services to other companies and countries too. Come to think of it, they are the largest IT provider, one of the largest IT providers in the country, if not the world. Guess what? When you're watching Netflix, guess what else you're doing? You're using AWS, Amazon Web Services, which I think what's going to happen with Amazon, which I think might happen. It's kind of a side note that they may force Amazon and Amazon Web Services to split up into 2 different companies, which I'm against. I'm against antitrust because it never works out well. But what I think we ought to do is let YouTube keep doing this. But if you can show collusion, and this is where U.S. law, from what I understand, no, I'm not a lawyer. I don't play one on TV, okay? I've never said I was a lawyer because I'm not. My dad was, but that doesn't make me one. From what I understand of U.S. law, the only thing where collusion on U.S. law is when 2 companies collude together against their competitors. So if you have Disney and ABC, CNN, MSNBC. Well, ABC is actually owned by Disney. So let's say we have ABC News, NBC News, MSNBC, which is kind of a thing with them, CNN, Fox News, colluding to take down the competitors for news and commentary on YouTube. If they get caught doing that, they can go to jail and pay a hefty fine, or both. One of the two or both. And if that is true, then that's an issue. That's like if it's true. If they are colluding, if they are sitting there, well, we just kind of pressured them. Oh, collusion. This is bad. So, like I said, what's behind this whole COPPA thing is YouTube's incompetent. Okay, and I think they are incompetent. There is a very easy solution to that. If you're logged in and 13 and over, they can see you targeted ads. If you're logged in and you're not 13 and over, if you're not logged in, or if you're logged in, which the YouTube, which under 13, which means on YouTube Kids, they can't send you targeted ads. That's it. That would solve the problem. And YouTube's just too stupid to do it that way. So what I do have a feeling is if YouTube keeps doing this, people will go to BitChute, Steam it, or stream it, and they'll go to DLive and other competitors. They're going to go to Minds, Gab, Parler. Well, for example, and I would say we don't need government intervention into what YouTube's doing, but we do need the government to look into what other countries are pressuring YouTube to do, because if they're colluding to hurt their competition, they're violating the law, and they should be hammered for it. So that's all I got to say about that, and you guys have a great day. And if it's on the weekend, have a wonderful weekend, since I'm doing this on a Saturday.